Hello, welcome to Women's Financial Empowerment Group. I'm your host, Ruth Agbeloso. On this channel, I talk about all things money, making money, saving money, investing money, and more. So you're going to want to come back over and over to hear what I have in store for you. I am a financial coach, and it's my job to help you get from point A to point B in your financial journey. So if you think that financial coaching or financial consulting may be right for you, go ahead and see my information in the description box, and let's figure out whether or not we'd be a good fit to work together. In today's video, I'm going to share a little bit about my money story, how I went from poverty to purpose-driven. So let's get right into it. Several years ago, I can remember living in a middle-class neighborhood where there were all new houses, or mostly new houses, and just beautiful houses, clean streets, just living the life of a regular middle class or upper middle class life with a brand new house, a large backyard, front yard, garden, all those wonderful things that people like. And I went from that to ending up being on my own with 4 children. Now, that was a major life shift for me, obviously. And I found myself in a situation where I was living on my own with my children, and I was getting help at the time, but that help was not permanent help. I knew that that help was going away, but I was so down and depressed and just totally out of it. I mean, it was like I was living in a fog. Each day I just went about my day and just tried to live. I mean, I hardly even wanted to get up in the morning, but because of my children, I pushed through. I homeschooled them and just tried to just enjoy life as much as I could. And that enjoyment was just found in my children, dancing around the house, singing with them, and just trying to keep the morale of my home up. But inside, I felt like I was dying. I literally felt like I was slipping away. My anxiety was through the roof. Depression, like I said before, just everything was just horrible. I really could not even see my future. I couldn't even think about my future. I stopped dreaming. Everything like that. I mean, I was really at rock bottom, or at least that's what I thought, that I was at rock bottom. At the time, I didn't have a job, and I was just trying to figure out, okay, what can I do to make sure that we can sustain? We have a roof over our heads continually, we have food in our mouths, and I was living at the bare minimum. I was liquidating my savings, and I was living off of my credit card. I had I think it was a Chase credit card. Actually, I still have that card. So I was living off a credit card and just liquidating my savings, like I said before. And I was just racking up, and not on frivolous things, because I really didn't buy much, but it was food, it was gas in the car, just trying to make sure that the children had what they need, making sure that I had what I need. And I just started to take like odd jobs here and there to make sure, because I said to myself, you know what, we have to make it. And it's up to me. I have to make sure that we have what we need. So during that time, there was a number of things that happened, and I found myself even lower. Just when I thought I couldn't get lower, I was lower. The anxiety that took hold of me was just unbelievable. And I just remember standing in the shower one day after something terrible had happened, and I was just like, oh, let me just die here. Let me just let go and just be done with it, and I just remember just standing in that shower for the longest time, just letting that hot water beat on me and just thinking, what can I do to just let it end here? And then I thought about my children, and I said to myself, no, you can't do this to them. You have to live. You have to keep on going. And so I felt like that was sort of the beginning of me coming back to life, because I said to myself, you know what, Ruth, you have to make it. You have to find a way to press on no matter what. The first thing that really helped me to change my life was my faith. Getting back to that place where I could really pray And the prayers weren't just about, hey, help me, like I need to get out of this financial situation, which there were tons of prayers like that, but also just, just restoring me and help me to live, help me to breathe, help me to feel like somebody again, because I really, really felt like I was not a good enough mother. Just everything just felt so dark for me. And so pouring my heart into reading and studying and getting closer to God was the first way that really helped me to change my life. In addition to that, I also went to therapy weekly and just worked things through with my therapist, everything that I was thinking, feeling, and just what was going on with me at the time. And he really helped me to see things in a different way that I really needed to see them, as opposed to like, my life is over, my life stinks, I hate this, I'm so broke. As I said before, my children were a big reason for me coming alive again, because I wanted to make sure that they had what they needed. But at that time, I wasn't even thinking abundance. I wasn't even thinking like having a nice house or anything. I was just in survival mode, like just trying to make sure we had the basics and we can be healthy, because health has always been a big deal for me. So keeping them healthy, keeping them happy, and just holding them close, just letting them know that I love them and I care about them was just so vital for me at that time. So that really helped me push forward, just focusing on, my responsibility as a mom, and just knowing that I need to do better so that they can have better in life. And I knew I had the potential because I was educated, and, I had so many things that I used to do and that I had going for me that I kind of let, fall by the wayside. So I knew I had some potential. I just needed to tap into those things. Fast forward to shorten the story a little bit. The next thing that really helped me is financial literacy. Getting back to that place where I started reading books and re-educating myself about personal finances, because for so long I was just kind of just focusing on my children, just focusing on my home, and not really paying attention to what my goals were back when I was young, with building wealth and having a bright future and all that stuff. And I let so many things slip by, like I said before. So just re-educating myself really helped me and gave me a boost. And I started to read things that will really uplift my mind, in addition to the Bible. But I would read other things that will help uplift my mind, listen to recordings and things like that. So really changing my mindset was what really catapulted me into thinking about my life in terms of, this is my current situation, but this is not where I'm going to be forever. And so I started to think more and more about that and started to dream again. And it was like I started to live again. And yes, I still continue to struggle. I moved from place to place and got a good paying job, but I also had to Uber and just do so many things to make sure that we could stay afloat financially. But in it all, I kept reminding myself, Ruth, this is not the end. You can do it. You're going to make it. Just stay focused. And I started implementing the financial principles that I've learned. And I started to get rid of consumer debt and started to build up my bank account. And I was really intentional about having a better life, even though, yes, I still struggled at that time. But I kept reminding myself that, this is not the end. You're going to push through. Fast forward to now. And of course, there's a lot more to the story, but just to keep this video from being too long, now I know that I am unstoppable. I know that I can achieve anything I want to achieve. And I'm helping other people do that as well. I'm helping other people change their mindset, because I know that your mind is where it starts out. Because if you believe that you can do it, you can do it. You may have to learn some steps, some strategies, and start to implement them, obviously, but you have to have the right mindset. So that is something that I'm continuously working on. And I also help my clients with too, and also help them manage their finances. So I'm really, really grateful to get to this point in my life where I feel like Not only am I working on myself, but I'm also helping other people, and I am alive, I'm living, and my life is so purpose-driven, and it's totally different from where it was those years ago when I felt just life was over. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please go ahead and like it, share it, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. And remember, change your mind, change your pocketbook.